Morning guys, Plus and Talk here, back again, and I'm here to talk about the WWE relying on its legends to basically pop a rating and to try to make the product better. So last week was Raw Legends Night, which ultimately had a lot of ex WWE superstars come out, which was a good thing, I guess. It was good for them to come out, but WWE, stop relying on your legends to pop a rating. And it's not gonna help anybody. Okay, it's good for having. Oh, hey, they aren't like that's great. But you had Bill Goldberg, challenge Drew McIntyre for the WWE title, at the end of Raw. Like, come on, what, why? In 2021, we're going back to the same old shit that we're having a part-time wrestler feud with a full-time wrestler. Like, this is why I it's the same year, same old shit. When you have Bill Goldberg, a part-time wrestler feuding with a full-time wrestler director, and people could say, "Well, director hasn't drawn Roman Reigns." Well, I don't know. Maybe get behind him as champion. Maybe Vince McMahon should actually get behind most of his wrestlers as a champion. Maybe actually stop burying his talent because when Goldberg or Brock Lesnar comes in, it's let's bury this guy, let's bury that guy, because ultimately that's what you're doing. Because nobody has it's pulled up because the fact of the matter is nobody in the stars ever become a star. Nobody in the W has been a star in 13, 14 years of this company until Vince McMahon, until Bruce actually leave this company and a Kevin Dunn. Then we're not going to get any different. We're going to keep having these part-timers feuding with Drew McIntyre. And people say, well, Drew's going to have the title back at fucking WrestleMania. But that's 50-50 booking. I was telling you that years ago. At 50-50 booking, that gets nobody over in today's world. And you've got so many stars you can build around to make stars in that company again. You can have an Adam Cole. I know people are going to say, oh, it's Adam Cole and Ewan or whatever. I don't care about it. It's Adam Cole is a top star in my opinion. Now everybody's not going to agree on it because it's their opinion, and I respect that. But he's a star. He can actually work. He's a good worker. He's a good mic. Well, he's good on the mic. He can tell a story in the ring, and he's getting better with his promos in WWE. Um, and I think he's better at the face. But he can play either role, I guess. And then you have Keith Lee. But the first night you had Keith Lee, you change his music instantly. Vince, why would you change a man's music when it's been working for him so well on NXT? And I know NXT differs to the main roster because it's a different audience and stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, you can get the whole thing of bringing Keith Lee onto the main roster or anybody from NXT is actually, you know, expose them to the casual audience, so they will get invested into a Keith Lee or they get invested into an Adam Cole or the Undisputed Era, and that means you build more stars, and then you wouldn't have to rely on Goldberg to have a match at WrestleMania, which he shouldn't have a match at WrestleMania. I don't mind having Goldberg at WrestleMania, but he doesn't need to wrestle. Put him in, put him in a fucking let him have a talk show. Like let him in like have a like do media for WWE. He can do like ABC or uh, CNN. Like he can do interviews promoting the like he say, oh Goldberg, I may make a segment appearance. But not wrestling. Did you not see the Saudi Arabia show? The Saudi Arabia show. When you had the horrendous, Undertaker and Goldberg match. It was bad. Neither guy should have been in the ring. Both guys, way past it, and now Undertaker's retired. Goldberg, please retire. Now I may do a video on Goldberg, but I'm not saying I disrespect Goldberg. I'm not gonna say, oh, Goldberg was one of the greatest things, was one of the best things of the Attitude Era. But Goldberg was good in 1997. This is 2021. This is 2021. You should be building new stars. You should be making your next big star, and stuff like that. Not having Bill Goldberg and stuff like that, and okay, having Drew winning it. I'm just hoping that basically just Drew fucking kicks Goldberg's head. Drew. I hope that Drew just pins him fast because you know what I mean. It's a Goldberg match, and have Drew go over, and he go to WrestleMania and then people going, and maybe he faces a Keith Lee if you build him up correctly. But this company doesn't build anybody up ultimately because it's Vince and Kenny McMahon, and that's a problem. Like, Vince is so driven on what's going to be so micromanaged. He doesn't let any of his wrestlers express themselves, and you wonder why. People say, "Oh, Vince is a whole fat talent." Well, look at Miro, look at Cesaro, look at all these guys, Nakamura, and stuff like that, and people are turning away from your product. And that's it. So leave your guys' thoughts in the comments, guys. Check you later. Peace.